There we go. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Helen.
And I'm Szara, and we're
And to,
committed to parenting. And
oh,
we have a
good job.
question.
Am I saying the question? Oh, I get to say
You
the
say it,
question.
Helen. There you go.
Do you notice that you get heavy really fast about stuff? Sorry, and I just had started this conversation where, oh my word.
It's so interesting. And what I actually find, especially inside of parenting, like yesterday, oh my gosh, what a beautiful day. Mother's Day. My boys, like I'm left so my cup filled up and so blessed.
Mm,
So beautiful. And at the end of the evening, one of my sons was dealing with something.
mm,
And it was really real and for him there were some real big emotions around it at the time. And it's so interesting. I went from like the most beautiful, spectacular day ever, just so relaxed and connected, to like, wow, there's really a problem. There's something I need to be
mm,
on alert for. There's something I need to show up for. And like, I don't know. I just really I really saw that actually, like with my kids, especially, and especially my older teenage ones and young adult ones, because like there's less, I'm just seeing it for myself actually, because there's less maybe control over it or less
mm,
influence over how I can navigate the situation or how I can kind of buffer or control the outcome or something, that all of a sudden for me, it's like it occurs like things could be really dire, like right
mm,
away. Like things could be really dire, like something could get messed up right now. There's really big stuff being dealt with, um, stuff he's dealing with. And you can hear and look at him, and there's pain, and there's hurt, and there's
mm,
upset. And I don't want that. I want to take it away. I want to
mm,
somehow have things be okay. I
mm,
want I want him to know that things will be okay too. I
mhm,
want him to really get that tomorrow or in a month or in a week or in a year, like it's going to look so different. And so, but at the time I get really like sucked into like the bigness of that direness. And I don't actually think of what I'm seeing now is like I actually don't do a lot of service in that way
mm,
with him. Like I actually, like, because I'm looking at, like, if I look at what I'm committed to, like I'm committed to being there for my kids.
yeah.
I'm committed for them to be really heard. But then
Mhm,
all of a sudden, when things occur really dire, my worries, concerns, and fears are out there in the way of me really hearing and being with him.
yeah, really great.
And at a certain
Really
point in
great.
the conversation, I like distinguished that. I remember I was actually like lying in bed and I just got to like just be close with him. Like just see, like, he really allowed me to be close.
Mm,
And it's like I needed to keep saying to myself almost, because I could see this direness, this heaviness, this significance kept coming up where I was like, you failed him, you this, or like whatever. And it was like, wait, I really am committed to hear him. And
mm,
like I have to almost keep reminding myself, I'm so committed to hear his experience and where he's at and how he is. And it's perfect, and he's perfect, and he can deal with all of this, and he has all the tools.
mm,
Like it took something. And I really saw how I can go very significant, very heavy, really fast.
mm, mm. I'm so with you, mate. Like, one kid says something, and I'm like, okay, this is something we've got to work on right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, got to say somehow we've got to like have this be different, like that thing, where it's like, whoa, and
Yeah.
then what? Yeah, like it's a problem, like it's big
Yeah.
and a
Like there's
problem.
a problem. Yeah. And there's something to fix or
Mm,
work out or figure out, navigate. It's like alert, alert. Like I just keep hearing like
yeah,
alert, alert,
really good.
alert, alert, alert,
That's actually
alert.
it. Yeah.
And it keeps me like it's interesting. Like when I walked out of the room last night, there's part of me that was like I actually did come from my commitment. Like I did
Mm,
some work to keep coming from my commitment. Um, and so there's part of me that left like, okay, you've really got a space that I was committed to. And though like I kept still having to put in check, like just my heart breaks for him.
mm,
My heart breaks for him. I wish there
mm,
was another way. I want to fix it. I want to do something. And I found myself having a really restless sleep like all last night,
mm.
right? Like all last night, because like over where I am, there's a problem or something's wrong. Yeah. And then I noticed like this morning, like he's not awake yet, but, or well, he is now, but I'm careful about it.
Mm,
I don't want to say too much. I don't want to say too little, like, because interesting. Like I'm not free to be, and like, because there's something dire and concerning that's right there.
so, sorry, I just want to take us a step back. What you said, you noticed, like literally, there's like I can see the flashing light. Alert, alert! There's something wrong, right? Like I
Mm-hmm.
just like that. I think it's really powerful when we can start to notice when we get like there's a problem. There's something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Like what do we do that starts that, like that, yeah, has us in that spot? If we can see that at that moment.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, no, like I literally had the little light. Alert, alert. Yeah. So that's yeah. And then the other thing you just said is like that alert then has you, and it's not like you alone because I find myself totally in this conversation, but it has us there not, like what you were saying is you're not actually there with your kid. You're actually, like you can be for part of it, but there's also then this concern running you, right?
Yeah. And what happens, like, it's like if that plays out, I'll interact with that concern, I'll be careful, or whatever that is, I'll,
Mm-hmm.
manage, I'll whatever, but then I'll walk away dissatisfied because I actually didn't get to be the commitment I am.
Mm,
Like,
mm,
walk away like, crap, I didn't really get all of what he was dealing with, or crap, there isn't the kind of connection in the space. There's a push away, there's a distance.
really good.
Because like if I'm coming in alert, alert, there's a problem. Well, of course, then he's got to be like, whoa, mom, whoa, back off, back
Yeah.
away.
Mm. Well, but then he's dealing with two things, right?
Yeah,
He's dealing with whatever he's dealing with, and then he's dealing with,
yeah,
a worried mom, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And what I
Really.
hear in this too, it's like, this is so great to be talking about, right? And what I actually hear, the value of having like a friend or a colleague or someone to like share your concerns because they're valid, right? Like you're like, like I'm sitting here, it's like, yeah, I'm a mom, my heart breaks for my kids, I
Of
want them to have an
course.
experience, like he is dealing with something, what is there to manage, what could I put in, what
Mm-hmm.
difference can be made, is there a professional that could actually offer some value? Like those kind of questions are actually really valid and could actually give me something and be a contribution. And I hear to like, I guess I hear like to be responsible for that, right? Like to be like, with when I'm with my child, it can be like, what am I committed to? And be a space, like, right? Like to be a space to be with him, to communicate, and then to take whatever is there for me. And like the importance of actually getting in conversation with you, Helen, right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like to like say what needs to be said. And then, is there anything I hear that I need to take away from this? Is there anything I need to actually take on? Or is it just concern that just whatever just needs to be articulated and I can go on my merry way?
But that's so brilliant, right? I've got something in my teeth that's really bothering me.
You can
Adrian
use
made me a
here.
smoothie. I'm sorry, but Adrian made me this beautiful smoothie this morning with all these berries. I didn't check the mirror. Okay, hold on. But what you just said there was so brilliant because if we bring it to somebody who's not our kid, then we can, even if they don't even say a word, we can start to pass out what's there, right? Literally pass it out. Okay, and this is what I'm going to do something about, and this is not, right? This is what I can bring to my kid. This I don't need to bring anymore. You can hear it.
Someone especially who is like is really there for your commitment.
Mm,
I hear that's so valuable, right? Like, because there's certain people I know, if I picked up the phone and talked about my teenager, what he's dealing with, it could even amplify the concern.
mm.
It could actually like, oh no, there's some big things to be concerned about here. And like, I would get like even like bigger and concerned with it,
Really
right?
good. Really
And so
good.
I'm just seeing the value of friends and community and colleagues and having particular roles for people even, or like your person. I'm actually really seeing a value of like a commitment listener.
I like that.
We're about what's your commitment around here. And do you have somebody that actually you share your commitment with and that you can work through your commitment and to see like, am I coming from that or am I coming from something, a reaction or something else?
It's brilliant. It's really brilliant because it's not just having someone listen, but who do you want to have listen you that you listen to you so that you actually have what you're here for actually be where you are, arise where you
Like
are.
my commitment gets to win the day. So if
Yeah.
my commitment to love, connection, being heard, that spaciousness, self-expression, all the different things I'm committed to in my family,
Mm.
like who is part of my team for that? That's what I actually hear is
That's
like
really good.
who's part of my family's thrive team.
Really great.
And like, why don't we create a Families Thrive team? We always hear that expression, it takes a village. It takes a
Yeah.
village to raise a child. And it does. I'm a full believer in that. It takes a village. It's not just like, I'm not a sole proprietor here to run my family through.
I like
Trust
that.
me. But it's like, who's my team of this Families Thrive? And the importance of actually having a team for that. Because there are times where we're going to have concerns or things are going to be dire. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what? We're parents who really love our kids and care. And
Hands
like really
down.
quickly, that love and care and concern really quickly can like go big concern and actually do the opposite of what we actually want to create.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting. I work in the healthcare field, and one of the things you do for the adults who need some support in their everyday living, you actually you have many options as to how to support them and how to deliver their service to them. But one of the things that got created was a micro board. So instead of like a huge big board of people, you have a small board of people, right? But they literally their only intention is to deliver this person's life like living 100% well, right? And so it's the same thing. Why don't we do that? Why do we not create like for ourselves this board of people who are the people to go to when this is what we're up to? It's just, I'm sorry, I just like, oh, yes,
Yeah. Our Families Thrive team. Like, come on, we're a committed parenting team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who, and like Helen, you're part of my team, okay?
I
Just
know that. Oh, well, you've got to make it go.
like I haven't ever actually officially created it, right? Like I've
Yeah.
like, we've just, we have these conversations and it does forward us, but it's been more a bit happenstance,
Mm.
or we'll create it if we're really dealing with something, we'll call each other up or something, I'm sure. But like, what about like, seriously, this is my team. This is like, if I'm committed to Families Thrive and this family has a lot of moving parts and pieces in this family. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces. And I am human and it's not going to be perfect all the time.
But it's not
And I'm
even
not,
about that. It's
yeah,
about
well,
that not being alone in it. That's what it
yeah.
actually is.
And
Yeah.
it's like, like why I don't have to carry this all on my own,
No.
and yeah. And like the value and contribution that can be.
Mm.
Yeah. And like way more ease flow and fun. Like imagine I had a 911 buddy or like in part of my team. Like I could create all different roles in my team. I
Yeah.
could have a lot of
Exactly.
fun with this actually, creating all the different kind of roles in
Yeah.
my team. And like, really create with that person. Okay, request them. Will you be part of this Families Thrive team? And here's a role for you. Would you like to apply?
I love it.
and and then utilize it. Like what would be available if I actually utilize that? Like how, like, my family life is like, I am pretty like, it's great. There's so many aspects that are amazing in that work. And though, like, I just hear, like, imagine what then would be possible with inside of like a team that's got this with me for my family to thrive.
Mm. It's so brilliant. Yeah, because I always used to say, like, because we moved here, we didn't have like family that were like on our team. Like, we actually had to create it more, right? And I remember my sister coming to visit and just watching her, and she watched my kids, and I watched her watch my kids, and all I could see was like this beam of like love and delight, right? Now imagine if you had on your team love and delight, like, hey, but seriously, but what I'm also trying to speak to is that part of, like, I know Adrian and I felt like it was only up to us and we had to do it all, and what the opportunity to actually be in conversation, because anytime I am in conversation with you, Szara, and you reflect back who my kids are for me, my world gets bigger.
Yeah, I really do. And it's like, and it's funny because I didn't see the conversation going this way. Like this wasn't thinking about our conversations. We don't really plan. Like we it's a conversation, and we put up an inquiry, and we really want to inquire about it. And it's interesting because I thought this was going to go a different way. But what I hear, it's like, what an antidote. What a what like an inoculation to actually have families thrive.
Mm.
You know, it's like, because if I have people that I can call when maybe Thrive isn't thriving or something's there, it like immediately pauses. It gives me that pause. It gives me that conversation. It gives me space where I can say what I need to say. And right away, as soon as I start speaking it, I get connected to what my commitment is. Like
Mm.
it's just like, what a great,
Mm.
fabulous tool.
And I'm just going to take one step back, because the other thing I heard is like, in you actually saying to, hey, somebody, you're on my team, it actually gives you the permission to like use them for that role.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't intentionally do, is set ourselves up to be supported powerfully. And that's why what
Mm.
you were saying was so freaking brilliant, is because you're actually already creating the relationship, the intention, what that's out to fulfill on in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting, especially in this day, like, whoever you like, wherever you are, whatever your family looks like, and whatever your extended family looks like, or your friend circle or your group looks like this is possible. Like I just hear, right? Like, you could come onto the committed parenting group and make a request for who
Mm,
could be part of your Family's Thrive team if you don't have
mm,
anybody in your own community to
mm,
do so.
mm,
And in your own community right now, you might have those people. Like, who are the people that you can really talk openly about, or who is somebody that you want to talk that openly about? Create that. you
yes.
know who is somebody that you could say, hey, I am committed to my family's thrive, and sometimes things get in the way, and can you be my partner with that? And like, what an amazing relationship you could build with another person.
And the thing too, Sarah, is every time we think we're asking somebody to do something for us, it my experience over and over again is when I make an ask of somebody, they always get something out of that flipping ask.
Yeah, it really is a contribution too for them. You don't even know what it might be.
No, and we don't know the ripple either.
Yeah. Hmm. So I don't know if around in your life things can get, heavy fast, or things can get dire, or sometimes you deal with stuff and concerns or
Hmm.
significance or big emotions come up around it, or reaction. And like, you're definitely not alone if that's the case. Like, you're definitely not
No.
alone. That's part of this process. And like, what I hear is like, wow, imagine right now you taking a look at your circle, your people, your life, and like, who could be part of your team? Who could be
Hmm.
part of your Family Thrive team?
Hmm.
And imagine you're that committed to your family. Like, you're that committed to Families Thrive.
Hmm.
You're that committed to like that love and connection, or whatever it is you want in your side of your family, that you're actually like, I'm making a team here. Like,
Hmm.
that actually speaks volume. The act in that itself is huge.
It really is. And I know it sounds funny, but like it's that same conversation that I keep we're coming back to. Like, if we're interested in being the parents that we've given our commitment to, right? If we're actually like, high performance parents, then this is part of it. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna have a workout buddy if you're doing, your weight training. You're gonna have like a business buddy if you're doing your business training. Well, here in your parenting world, having a committed parenting buddy, or a Family Thrive buddy or partner, or a couple people that are part of your team to take on different roles. Like,
Yeah.
it's yours to create, is what I hear. It's like, I've had it that there's this much room to work
Mm,
with. And
mm,
what I'm seeing is I've totally missed every other, like, there's so much more out there that I'm actually not even aware of that's
mm-hmm,
possible, that I could
mm,
actually create, that could support me in this Family's Thrive.
mm.
And then support my kids in that
Yeah.
kind of life.
Yeah. Yeah. And every time we take on, it's not just being where we are, we make it bigger, the freedom we have. Do you know what I mean? Every time, I'm just hearing for your kids when you said that. Imagine that they know, like, all these people are really interested in them winning. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Mm, I love it.
Hmm.
I love it. So today I am going to make a list of the different maybe roles and responsibilities that I might be looking for in team members for this Families Thrive team for myself.
Yeah. Brilliant. I love it. So that's really the opportunity. Is
Yeah, and
to
I'm
actually
inviting to take
create
that
your own
on.
advisory board, your own Thrive team, your own
Yeah,
micro board, however you want to. But like literally, we can be
yeah,
as fierce about parenting as we can about any other part of our life, right?
absolutely. So I invite you to carve out your team. Create a buddy, create a whole team, create a board, anything you need. This is the time. Let's do this.
Pow. Okay,
Okay,
we'll be back tomorrow, 12:30
Monday
Pacific
to
Standard
Friday.
Time.
Monday to Friday, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. We will be here for a conversation in Families Thrive. See ya.
Hey, Viva.
Bye.